Hey everyone on my channel. Today I want to explain how Frozen does a good job explaining ableism through a lens of an autistic coded character, Elsa. Now before I explain, here is the Google definition of ableism. It's a discrimination and prejudice against people with disabilities. The belief that people that have a disability are either inferior or need to be fixed. This is an idea of people without disabilities. Sound familiar to Elsa's powers? In Frozen 2, they indeed confirm her parents were finding a way to stop her powers, aka trying to cure Elsa. Something a lot of us autistics have heard growing up, and how much our disabilities affect our families. But anyway, during the song How to Build a Snowman, her parents are teaching her how to conceal her powers and hide it away with their gloves to seem normal in public. This is very similar to the autistic parents that take their child to ABA, which is known to force autistics to hide their autistic traits. I realize in the movie they do this because she accidentally hurt Anna, but forcing her to shove her powers inside is not the answer, and shown her at a young age she might be destroyed because people fear her power? Like, what is this? Autism speaks? Jokes aside, I feel like showing her how to find healthy ways to settle her powers would have helped better than isolating her and causing her to have social anxiety. Thanks, society, from an adult autistic. Sorry, I have to joke to lighten the mood about ableism because it is a lot to unpack. Also, her gloves is a metaphor of masking from an autistic coded point of view. Trying to conceal it, as she phrased it, is something a lot of us growing up autistic can relate with. What is masking? Masking is hiding your autistic traits, fear of society mocking you based off your autistic traits. It's why I see her gloves as a metaphor, because she is literally scared without them, and honestly she has a meltdown once Anna takes off the gloves, and people literally freak out, which in this case is understandable based on her eye spikes, but people react like this when I'm just happy to in public, acting like something's wrong with me. What does it feel like when we unmask? Well, the song that fits perfect with this is Let It Go. Her whole life she had to hide her powers and conceal her emotions to be perfect. Little autistic me did this so the boys at recess would stop pushing me into puddles. She makes a place where she can finally just let it all out, her powers, and finally be herself. This is exactly why I liked to be alone a lot as a kid. When I was alone, I could be myself without acting as a different person. A lot of autistic peers just assumed that I was rude and I didn't like them. I honestly cried when viewing this first time in theaters because I had to hide a lot of my autistic traits due to a junior group of boys making fun of how I would hyperfixate on SpongeBob. I would go home crying, wondering why they hate me so much, to make my life miserable for liking SpongeBob or flapping my hands. So I quietly hyperfixated on Elsa to make me feel less alone. In the end of the movie, to help Elsa control her powers was love and acceptance, not treating her as a threat to society, and accepting her being different is okay. But what happens after you as an autistic person feel confident in yourself, but you still struggle to be open about your autism and the fear of them not understanding? Elsa hears something calling out to her, and she doesn't know how to bring it up with Anna. It's very common for autistics to not be able to explain how the world around them affects their everyday life. It's interesting Elsa stated she feels like she belongs somewhere else. It's just the only thing irritating me in this movie is how Anna feels the constant need to hold her hand the whole way through Elsa's discovery journey. Side rant aside, I do like the concept of one character stating Arendelle would never allow a leader with magic Seems like they have a fear of magic, just like in real life people are scared of people being different. Which leads into one of my favorite songs, Show Yourself. I'm throwing this in here because after this it's gonna get grim real quick. I cried again watching this because this was during a time in college when I was really ashamed of my autism and I tried to hide it at all costs. Let's say this song hit home, feeling different as a kid and feeling the same emotions as Elsa, just finally having a comfort character who perfectly sums up feeling free after masking for so long. But back to the grim topic. You could see how heartbroken Elsa is when she finds out her grandfather is indeed an ableist. He says magic is the problem when Elsa literally states, "It's fear that can't be trusted." God, this movie just hits home. People fear the unknown. They fear what is not normal to them. It's why someone getting scared of me happily standing in the store seeing my favorite Hello Kitty character. Like Elsa, we can be comfortable in who we are to combat people like her grandfather in real life. Whether people like that autism people exist or not. Like Elsa, we deserve to exist. Not hide away and fear people attack us based on us being different. People forget that the autistic community are human beings as well, and we try hard to exist in a world with confusing rules and confusing phrasings. The main thing I take away from Elsa's character is stand strong of who you are, and please never hide who you are. Thank you all for 228 subs. It makes me happy cry to know you all love my content, and my goal is to have a safe space for autistic and non-autistics to learn. I will be honest with you, I learn something new about my autism every day, and I can't express enough in words how much it means to me. I love you all, and please have a good, safe Thanksgiving.